everyone, and welcome back to Mrs. Speak English channel, where learning English is easy and fun. I'm Emma.
Hi, Emma. Hello, everyone. It is so wonderful to see you today. I am very, very happy to be here. I am feeling great. But Emma, tell me, did you have a good morning?
I did. I am doing very well, thank you. The sun is shining today, and that always makes me smile. I love the sun. It makes everything look beautiful.
It really does. It is a perfect day for a podcast. I am very excited because today we have a very special topic. Is it about how to talk better?
Yes, exactly. Today we are talking about the best way to sound more fluent in English. Many of our friends ask about this.
Wow, that is a big topic. Everyone wants to sound natural when they speak, but what is the secret? Do we need to know every word in the dictionary?
No, you do not, and it is not as hard as people think. But before we share our secrets, we have a small favor to ask our wonderful listeners.
Yes, everyone. If you like our chats, please click the like button right now. And please subscribe to Mrs. Speak English channel. Emma, why should they subscribe?
Because when you subscribe, you never miss a new episode. We want to help you learn every week. So, Ethan, are you ready to talk about fluency?
I am ready. Let's go. So, Emma, what does fluent actually mean? Does it mean speaking very, very fast?
That is a great question. Many people think fluency is about speed, but that is not true. Sometimes speaking too fast makes it hard for people to understand you. Fluency is more about flow. It is about how the words connect together and sounding relaxed.
Ah, I see. Like a river. But how do we get that flow? What is the first tip?
Our first tip is something very simple: contractions. It's when we put two words together to make them shorter. For example, instead of saying I am, we say I'm.
Oh, like instead of it is, I say it's.
Exactly. This is the biggest secret. In textbooks, we see I am happy, but in real life, friends say I'm happy. It sounds much more natural and less like a robot.
That makes sense. What about negative words like do not?
Do not becomes don't. Cannot becomes can't. When you use these, your English flows better and connects ideas faster.
That is a very easy tip. I'll use don't from now on. So, Emma, do you have another tip for our friends? Maybe about long sentences?
Yes, to sound fluent, you need to use connecting words like and, but, and because. Beginners often speak in very short, choppy sentences.
Like saying, I like apples, I like oranges, I like bananas.
Exactly. A fluent speaker connects them. I like apples, oranges, and bananas. Or, I wanted to go for a walk, but it started to rain. It builds a bridge between your thoughts.
A bridge. I like that. What about those words like or well? Are those bad?
Actually, those are filler words, and they are very helpful. While you shouldn't use them too much in a formal speech, in a real conversation, words like, well, actually, and let me see give you time to think in English.
So they stop those long, awkward silences.
Yes, if I ask you a question and you say, well, let me see, it shows you are thinking in English. It fills the space while your brain looks for the word.
That's a relief. But Emma, what if I make a mistake? I get so nervous about grammar.
Ethan, the secret is to just keep moving forward. Native speakers are not perfect. We make mistakes too. If you make a mistake, don't stop to fix every tiny thing. The river doesn't stop for a small rock, it just flows around it.
So, confidence is key.
Absolutely. If you speak with a smile and keep going, people don't even notice the small mistakes.
I'll remember that. You also mentioned something about music or rhythm. What did you mean by that?
English has a rhythm. Some words are long and loud, and some are short and quiet. We stress the important words. Instead of saying every word with the same power, we say, I am happy to see you.
I hear it. It sounds musical. How can we practice that?
Listen and copy. Listen to podcasts, songs, or movies. Try to link your words together, like saying an apple instead of an apple, or check it out instead of check it out.
Check it out. That sounds very cool. Emma, we covered so much. Contractions, connecting words, filler words, rhythm, and linking. Is it hard to be natural at first?
It can be, but you just have to relax. I remember when I started my first job, I was nervous too, but then I started using small phrases like, how's it going? Or catch you later. And I felt more like a friend than a student.
That is the goal. Should we show the listeners how a real chat sounds using these tips?
Let's do it. You start, Ethan.
Hey Emma, how's it going?
Well, actually, I'm a bit tired today, but I'm happy to see you. How about you?
I'm doing great. I just had a big coffee. Do you want to get a cookie or something?
Ooh, a cookie sounds good. Actually, you know what? Let's do it.
Perfect. Let's check it out. Emma, that felt so much better than a textbook conversation.
It did. It felt like a real chat. I hope our listeners try this at home, even talking to the mirror or their pets.
My dog is a great listener. So, Emma, what is the main message for today?
The main message is don't try to be perfect. Use your contractions, use your connecting words, and keep the conversation flowing like a river. Take one small step every day, and we believe in you.
I feel much more confident now. Thank you, Emma. Everyone, please leave a comment and tell us your favorite tip.
Yes, we love reading your comments. And don't forget to subscribe and share this episode. Thank you for listening today.
It was a pleasure as always. I'm going to find that chocolate cookie now.
Save one for me. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye. See you in the next episode.